For the first time since suffering his hamstring injury against the Kansas City Chiefs, wide receiver Justin Jefferson spoke to the media today to kind of give him a little timeline of when he might return, because we all are eyeing that return. When is he going to come back? He's not going to be playing against the Saints. We did activate him off IR. Now we're waiting for us to basically activate him to the active 53-man roster. Right now he has a 21-day practice window, which means he has to be activated before that bye week. So Justin talked to the media, gave him not only them, but all of us a little understanding of what he's dealing with and when to kind of expect him back. So let's get right into it. For the first time in his career, Justin Jefferson has been forced to miss a month's worth of action. As his hamstring injury keeps him on the injured reserve, Justin Jefferson still isn't certain when he'll be back. The Minnesota Vikings star wide receiver discussed his status with reporters today with a tone that could be described as both vague and cautiously optimistic. Here's what Jefferson had to say. It's a day-to-day, okay? You can't really put a date on it at this very moment. The training staff has been doing a phenomenal job with me, making sure I'm feeling good, making sure I'm getting the work that I need done, and the rehab and the treatment that I need. Now, hamstring injuries are notoriously delicate issues that typically require caution and patience. Jefferson has exercised both to this point, and luckily for him, the Vikings have found ways to win games without him and currently sit at 5-4 with a game against the Saints on Sunday. Now, he's not feeling overly rushed to get back onto the field, but because the Vikings have opened that 21-day practice window for Jefferson to approach a return, he'll remain a topic of conversation until he returns to action. Now, Jefferson remains acutely focused on strengthening his hamstring and also paying close attention to how his body responds. So far, so good. But that doesn't mean he'll be back overnight. That's what Kevin O'Connell, the head coach of our Minnesota Vikings, told reporters earlier this week, that it's unlikely he's going to play this weekend, which makes a lot of sense, right? I even said that multiple times about when he would come back. Now, here's what Jefferson also told reporters. It's all about how I'm feeling and how strong the hamstring is. Hamstring is a difficult injury because it lingers, right? It comes back from time to time if you don't put the right treatment into it. The guys and the rest of the coaching staff in this building know my worth on the football field. They want me at 100%, as I do as well, okay? I don't want to go out there at 80%, 90% and have the chance of hurting it again. It's day to day. Like I said, when that time comes, I'll definitely be ready to step out on that field. Now, rookie Jordan Addison has done a remarkably good job for filling in for Jefferson, catching 28 passes for 349 yards and 5 touchdowns over his last 5 games. But the Vikings drafted Addison with the vision of him occupying a strong, complementary role alongside Jefferson, not as the Vikings' top pass-catching option. Now, those two will hopefully be reunited before long. It would go a long way toward helping whoever takes starting snaps under center. This week, it's going to be Josh Dobbs. We already announced that earlier this week, following the loss of Kirk Cousins to a season-ending Achilles injury. Until then, though, patient remains the most important word. So Jefferson says, look, hey, I'm not going to rush into this thing. Look, I want to be 100% ready to rock and roll, 100% healthy before I even think about taking a step on the field. I'm not going to play at 80. I'm not going to play at 90 because he is right. Hamstrings linger. The hamstring injury lingers from day to day. You never know what's going to happen. You might feel like 100%, but when you start running those routes, start making those cuts, you start to feel a little bit. And hey, if he were to play Sunday and he's not 100%, say he's 80% healthy, he goes out there, makes one wrong cut, one wrong juke, and blows his hamstring again, he's out maybe another 4 weeks, maybe the rest of the season, and we really don't want him. The Vikings don't want to rush Jefferson, and I'm glad that Jefferson doesn't want to rush himself onto the field, even though he's a competitor. He loves to play football. He wants to be on that field with his teammates. He wants to have success, but he's like, look, the only way I'm going to help this team win ball games is if I'm 100% healthy, where I know that hamstring isn't going to bother me further on this season. So Jefferson said, look, it's day-to-day at this point. We'll see how that rehab goes. It's been going pretty good at this point, and then we'll get to the field. But until then, look, it's day-to-day. I'll practice. I'll do my things and continue to get better and healthier as the days go on. So there you have it. Justin Jefferson said that he's day-to-day, won't play until he's 100% healthy. You guys can let me know in the comments what you think about that. Also, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much appreciated. Have a great rest of your night, folks, and Skol Vikes.